28 something. And yet, straight from scamming, man. That's how we roll, man. That's how we roll. How much was the Rolex? I just showed you guys. A bar. A mil. A million. Or close to a million. Of course the watch is an investment. What do you think this watch is going to be? If it's 997,000 now, what is it going to cost in 5 years' time? What is this presidential going to cost in 5 years, 10 years' time? Of course it's an investment. I wouldn't buy something just to fucking wear it. I went to the store, man. I even showed a video of me in the store, man. I'm mostly strictly technical. The insurance, the insurance for the SVR is about the same. My watch, I want to pin this quickly. My watch is 250 Rand, but guess what? It shows the same time as yours. Does it move the same way though? Let's look. Does it move like this? Does it move as smoothly as that? Does it have 2.5 carat diamonds around it? Does it cost R1 million? You see? That's the difference. See? That's the difference. Yo, I don't know, I still think Nasdaq's gonna fall, man. Personally, that's just me, you know. I still believe Nasdaq is gonna fall. No, but I actually wanted to, honestly speaking, how much do you think a watch like a Rolex will cost in 10 years' time? Hi, Yanda. Well, think about it. Every year, there's an increase of 10%. Every year. Between 7 and 10%. If there's an increase every year, remember, Cartier is going up on the 11th of Jan. They going up 17%. So let's say, you must remember that there's a waiting list for a Rolex. You don't just go into the vault and say, hey guys, I want a Rolex. No. Every single watch is allocated to an individual. Every single watch is allocated to an individual. Somebody has put in an order for that watch and you become a part of a waiting list. Right? I was on the waiting list this last year. Remember I told you guys I'm going to buy a Rolex. I was on the waiting list since last year. My watch only came in yesterday. You understand? I was on the waiting list since last year. I didn't say anything to anybody. The Rolex I bought was 997,000. No, you can't. You can't just go in. There's a waiting list. So I actually didn't want this. I wanted a two-tone. I wanted a two-tone Rolex, but the waiting list was 7 to 8 years. 7 to 8 years on a waiting list for a two-tone Oyster. Jennifer, my Rolex is a presidential. Here's it here. It's a presidential or platinum. Diamond face. Yeah, there's the price there. 997,000. Almost R1,000,000. This is white gold or platinum or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, the Rainbow Daytona is close to 8 million rand. But The problem is with the Daytona Rainbow is that you're going to wait forever for it. You probably wait 10 years for that. Of course I took insurance. You can't leave the vault without taking insurance. You cannot purchase the watch at vault. Go there and check. You cannot purchase the watch at the vault without taking insurance. They will not let you leave. You have to take insurance. You have to. Before you leave that store, that watch is insured. Literally. They either tell you they can get you insurance, or you can get house insurance, or you can put it on your house insurance, but it must be insured before you leave that store. Why is the waiting period so freaking long? Because there's a high demand. There's a high demand, so, and they only make a limited amount of pieces. You understand? They only make a limited amount of watches. And once that's done, the reproduction is after, I think, there's reproduction after every between 9 and 14 months. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't like APs. I don't know. I don't like them. Watches is 100% a good investment, especially long term. So, especially Rolex. With your Cartiers, they're really slow. But with Rolex, because the demand is so high on Rolexes, I mean, you could literally, get out of any situation with a decent Rolex. Take off your Rolex and say, listen, here's a Rolex. I can't take this. I want to pay for this. Or listen, I'll put my Rolex down as collateral, and I'll pay in the balance. They'll allow you to do that with a Rolex. I don't know about a Cartier. Like, Rolex speaks volume. I'm not planning to resell any of my watches. Yeah, so with any place, they need to see that you can handle owning a Rolex. So at first you need to buy a shitty Rolex. Unless you know people. So obviously I made a plan, but in order to get one of these, you would need at least 3 more watches from Rolex. You would need to purchase 3 watches before getting a presidential. So, but you know, man, money talks, yo. Money talks. That's just how it is. Oh, I don't like Richard Mille. Watches are a huge investment, guys. I've done my research, trust me. I wouldn't just go and spend $1 million on a watch or 300,000-400,000 on a Cartier if it wasn't an investment. You understand? I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't wear a bar on my wrist just for the sake of wearing it. No. I know that long term, I'm going to get my value out of this watch and profits. So if I ever want to sell it, I know I'm going to get profits, 100%, guaranteed profits. So yeah. I'm tired, yo. Yeah, Petite is, you won't get one. I went there. There's no back door like I did with the Rolex. There's no back door with Patek. Patek Philippe is something else. No back door there. I spoke to people. I tried to pay people off. Yeah, no. There's no hope there. There's no hope. Yeah, no. Honestly speaking, yeah, no. Patek is like something else because you can't get it. I went in there, I spoke to people. I even said, listen, I'm willing to pay premium. I'm willing to pay premium for the watch. Even though it's allocated to somebody else, give it to me. I'm willing to pay premium. I even told them 300,000-400,000 premium over the actual price, which is retail. And guess what they gave me? The middle finger. They gave me the middle finger. I was like, what? That's crazy. That's madness. Waiting list on a Patek, 13 years. No, these guys are not serious. $13 years waiting list for a Patek. I don't want secondhand. You must remember, a lot of watches secondhand are going to give you problems. Maybe they haven't been serviced. You'd rather buy brand new and know that you're getting a warranty straight from Rolex, not some second-hand place that's going to fix it for you. No. So yeah, obviously, if you know when you buy something, you get paperwork. You get paperwork. Like I said, you get everything. You get your secondhand. You probably won't get these warranty cards and all of this other shit. You probably won't get any of that. You understand? The warranty card, you won't get anything, and it's got your name on it, and everything here for the insurance. Here, your paperwork. You understand? You get everything. Yeah. What happens if you buy secondhand? They'll tell you, my man, we don't have a certificate. No, my man, we don't have this. No, my man, we don't have that. But it's an original watch, but there's no certificates. You can't check serial numbers. Nah, I'm good. I don't mind paying the extra price. Well, I mean, if you're buying secondhand, where are you buying from? Who sells watches like a Rolex secondhand? eBay. Bro, they'll scam you. They'll ship you a knockoff from China. Nah, man, I honestly just prefer buying straight from a Rolex dealership. I'm good. Like I did today, I'd rather pay normal price and just get what I want. Like, I'm not trying to buy a clone or a copy or get scammed. No. So, no, I'm good. Same way I went to Cartier, bought my 2 Cartiers, actually my 3 Cartiers. Went to the vault, bought a Rolex. I'm just better off doing that. Funny enough, when I ever rock the Rolex, people will probably think it's fake anyway, so that's okay. You pay a deposit. So when when you're about to buy at the vault, right? You pay a 40% deposit. So if it's a bar, you're paying 400,000 upfront as a deposit, and then when the rest comes in, you pay the 60. Buy it at retail, market up. I'm not trying to sell it yet. I'm gonna enjoy my watch. Obviously, you'd wear it to a very exclusive place. You're not just gonna wear it to some phony ass place where they'll be like, "Yo, man, take it off." This is my everyday watch, guys. This one? See this Apple Watch? My everyday watch. See? My everyday watch. The timepieces are for meetings that I'm going to be having this year with some big boys. You understand? Going over to Cape Town, having a meeting over there with some big boys. That's what I'm talking about. That's what it's for. My Cartiers. It's mostly just meetings. And yeah. Bro, a timepiece like a Rolex does not lose value. Because there's such a demand for it, people are willing to pay premium for it. You understand? Let's say, especially if a watch gets discontinued, let's say they discontinue this model, I'll get 3-4 million for this. You understand? Let's say they discontinue this model. Right? Let's say 2022 is their final year. They're done. I will get massive profits out of this watch because there's a demand for it. You must remember that because it's such a long waiting list, people aren't willing to wait 7-8 years for a watch. So what do? They're willing to pay the extra money to get it. And that's how you make your money. So I'm sitting here with a $1 million watch. Now, someone comes and says, listen, Marco, bro, I want to buy that watch because when I went to Rolex or when I went to a dealer or whatever, they said there's nothing available. The remanufacturing will only take place in the next year on this watch. And then the waiting list is like 5 years. Are you going to wait 5 years or are you going to pay me 2 million and take it? You can get it right now, pay me 2 million. Otherwise, you can wait 5 years for it. See the demand? That's how you make money. That's the demand. You get something, you get a timepiece that nobody else can get, but once, but knows that there's no way of getting it besides through you. And they're willing to pay your price. And if they're willing to pay your price, they're willing to pay your price. Some people are willing to pay anything to get what they want. You understand? Some people are willing to pay anything you ask in regards to price. It's the same as, I'll make an example. Let's say you go to a clothing store and you see someone with the last item and you were like, you came there for that item. And this person now has it in their hands. And you're like, man, I wanted that. And you go to them, they can make money off that item. How? Right? Because if they don't let go of it and they actually purchase it, then you can purchase it for a higher price and get it. It depends on the demand. So I'm willing to supply you, right? Because there's a demand. Who's the demander? You are. I'm the supplier. Demand's meeting supply. Just like trading. Demand's meeting supply. Supply is meeting demand. There's a connection there. I'm willing to give you 500 Rand more for that item that costs 1,000 Rand. Because if I don't, then that's the last one. It's out. It's over. I have to wait for them to bring in new stock. I'm not willing to wait. I want it now. I wanted to wear it tonight. I'm willing to pay premium. I'm willing to give you 500 Rand more for that. And that way I get it now. I can wear it tonight. Same thing as a watch. Once they discontinue a watch, you're bagging, man. You are bagging. You understand? You making money. There's no hitting a stop loss with a timepiece. You understand? There's no hitting a stop loss with a timepiece. You must remember, with a timepiece, like I said, especially when a watch gets discontinued, everybody wants that watch. You understand? If you looked if you looked at a situation with Kanye and Yeezy, soon as Kanye cut ties off with Adidas, or rather Adidas cut ties off with Kanye, right? There was such a high demand for Yeezys that whatever website you went to, right, they were either sold out, one, or two, right? One or two, you'd find out that the price was 3 times what it would normally be. Why? Because there was a demand for that supply. You understand? So as long as there's a supply and a demand, and a supply for whatever it is that you want to buy or purchase or whatever the case is, then one is able to take advantage of it. You understand? So how am I not telling the truth? How am I not telling the truth? Because, I mean, there's a reason why they say a timepiece is an investment. Because over time, you understand? Over time, there will be a growth in pricing. Or you're talking about Kanye West. What about Kanye West? There was a huge demand when Kanye cut ties with Adidas, or Adidas cut ties with Kanye. Yes, because trading its time, yo. It had nothing to do with trading its time, man. Because the demand was so high. That's why the websites couldn't handle the demand to supply Kanye West's Yeezys anymore. Because everybody was looking for them. Why? Because this was the only opportunity to get them, because they have been discontinued. He is not part of Adidas anymore. The demand was so high that they couldn't even do the supplying. What was there, and once it's gone, it's gone. So people were hitting up Facebook and whatever, trying to sell off their Yeezys at 3 times the price. You understand? Why? Because there's a demand for it. I like this one. Well, guess what, Kadabu, you fucker? I own a Rolex that's a fucking R1,000,000. What do you have? A law degree that you're doing nothing with. Congratulations. Well done. You just got scammed. Great. I mean, what is your law degree doing for you? What is your law degree doing for you, Kadabu, buddy? What is it doing for you? Nothing. Fuck all. Now you want to come here and act, hey, bro, I've got a law degree, something you don't have, Well, I've got a R1,000,000 Rolex, something you'll never have, I'll show it to you, don't worry. I got you, bro. I got you. See this? A Rolex presidential, diamond face. Price. 997,000, R1,000,000. How's your fucking law degree now, bitch? Yeah, I thought as much. Okay, I'm done with you. Let's remove your comment. Nice knowing you. Bye, loser. Great. Where was I? Well, that was fun. Where were we again? When did I buy the watch? Today. Look at my stories, man. I was at Rolex today. Well, I wasn't at Rolex. I was at the Vault. They're a Rolex dealership. Let your law degree buy you a Rolex. I don't know. Fuck. My website isn't working. Yeah, no, it will be up probably in the next 2 weeks. Yeah, no, guys. I know people with so many degrees. I mean, I know people with doctorates and they still can't buy the Rolex I bought. Yeah, they can't even afford it, but anyway. I actually bought, since you're saying take off my hat, how dare you? I actually bought another hat, check here. I bought an army. This is a nice hat, right? How's this? Nice, right? And then I bought D squared. Pretty cool, right? D squared. Yeah, anyway. The February mentorship's almost up. Well, not almost up, but I think, I don't know, we have a few spots left. I don't know. Caps is like a signature of mine, man. Like it's a signature. Brother Marco, you have a rich family in Italy. I wish. Why is this person saying, Marco, we're going to miss you, bro? Where am I going again? Does Elon Musk own a Rolex? Probably not. Funny enough, Elon actually has a watch collection. Go on to YouTube and check. He actually shows it. He has more than just a Rolex. He has watches. Like he's got, yeah, yes, he's got a fucking Rolex. Go on to YouTube and just check. He's actually showing people a collection. He even has a what you call it, a ankle bracelet made out of the same material that he uses for the rockets. Man, it's actually quite a nice bracelet, I won't lie. I don't want to ask what the price was, but yeah. Yes, he probably has more than one Rolex, but yeah. I can't see the price. Well, Marco, show it again, please. The price was 1,997,000. Faro, yeah, we can jump on a live. Are you?
Oh man, how are you doing? Compliments of the season. How are you
What's up,
doing, brother?
Thanks,
Good,
man. You too.
good. What you get up to these holidays?
I'm all right, eh? Oh, nothing much.
Congratulations on the Rolex. Looks very
Just
flashy.
same old.
I mean, it's all about the hustle.
Yeah,
Also about the grind, brother.
trying, man.
Also
We
about the
trying.
grind.
We trying out.
Probably something I think everyone is keen to know. What's happening for
Yeah, no.
2023? Well, should we leak it to the
Should
fans?
asking you?
Not yet.
Not yet. We'll
I think so.
keep it on a low for now.
But I mean, I think
Nobody knows who you
what's going
are,
to go
so you're
forward. I
okay.
think it's going to be booming.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. But at least nobody really knows what you do, and even if they check your profile, it doesn't really get
That's what I like.
description of
It's like
what you do.
I like the pull sort of media, not the push
So
sort of media.
you're okay.
It's the same sort of
You're
strategy
good.
that I feel like you have when it comes to things. I feel like, you know, within this industry, there's so much push media and, you know, all of these things going on. And it's just like, you know, what is the industry actually, you know, pursuing with all of this? And it's normally when you have to really look at something is when you really find the answers.
100%. Yeah, no, definitely. All the way, 100%. But what I'm thinking is, I was thinking like, so what I wanted to do was actually open up on, you know, the way forward, in regards to what we're gonna do.
No,
But
I don't think so. I don't think it's time yet.
yeah,
I
not
think
yet.
the storm needs to brew a bit before the hurricane
Not yet.
hits.
So keeping on.
And
Yeah.
I'll tell you something, it
I
works.
like keeping these guys
When you
in
have the right
suspense.
suspense and you have the right hype and, you know, everything going around it, I mean, you only see really big moves happening.
Yeah, no. Like I mean, even when I showed the Rolex, people went with the minimum amounts. Oh, 250,000. Almost like they think like I'm literally going to buy the cheapest Rolex out there when I'm actually trying to buy the most expensive fucking
The
Rolex
way
out
that
there.
people see it is that it's not like people don't see it as an investment, as you said now, and I totally agree with everything that you mentioned about, you know, watch being an investment.
No, 100%. I would never, you see, with me, one thing about me is I don't just throw money around, and people need to understand that. With me, it's more a situation of what are my returns going to be after this many years or that many years? You understand? If there's no returns, if something is going to be a liability, then I'm not even interested in it. You understand? I wouldn't buy timepieces if they were going to be liabilities. The fact of the matter is there's always going to be a demand for timepieces. There are people out there always looking to spend a buck or two on a decent timepiece. So I know that. And I know
100%.
that there's always an increase in price for every year. You understand? Exactly. So I know that, okay, fine, you know, in the next, 5, 10 years, I've got a massive investment here, just sitting, you understand, waiting for something to happen. And what I love about it is I'll basically be wearing, people don't understand, with the timepiece, you'd basically be wearing that timepiece for free, because when you sell it, you'll get your money back. And
the only investment where you basically guaranteed to break even at the worst case scenario. Exactly.
Oh,
I mean,
no,
and especially a Rolex.
But you definitely break even. You can't lose.
Appreciate in value.
That's the thing. Now, because, you see, that's what people don't get. Now, because something like a Rolex has such a high demand, right? I was actually speaking to the guys at the Vote. There is a waiting list up to 17 years. There's a certain watch. It's an Oyster, but I can't remember which one it is. So it's got a blue dial. It's got a blue dial, and it's got, I think there's no diamonds or anything, but the waiting list on it is 17 years. So now, let's say, this is what people don't understand. Let's say I have one right now, right here. How many people are out there looking for that specific watch, right? That are looking for that specific watch. And here I am saying, listen, I have it. You're just going to have to pay me premium. It's yours. You just need to pay me premium. You understand? If you're willing to pay me premium.
And I read an article to say, and it said that the only way you're going to get a watch at the best price is through the shop. If you buy from someone else, there's definitely going to be a markup on it.
100%. 100%. That's why, you know, the watch collectors, the guys who invest in timepieces, they're always willing to buy premium because they're not willing to wait for a watch. When they want a watch, some people are that type of person who will say, is that type of person that will say, listen, I want this now, I want to wear it now. I want to wait for tonight. It needs to go with my outfit tonight. I need to get that watch now. And what do? They search for that watch. And whatever the price is, they're willing to pay it. There's literally people out there. I was speaking to this guy, and he was like, some Tokyo Sitwale guy, I don't know, he was speaking about some big guy, kept on going on about this guy as his client, some Tokyo Sitwale guy, big guy, massive guy who buys from them, whatever the case is. He came in and he wanted a specific watch. And they didn't have it, but they knew somebody who did have it, right? This Tokyo guy, whatever his name is, he paid premium. And when I'm talking premium, this is a true story. He paid 22 bars. He paid 22 million. He paid 22 million and bought it from this guy at that Rolex dealership, the Vault. So they obviously have their clients who they know has the watch. Call the guy up, listen, are you willing to sell it off? I've got a guy here, he's willing to pay premium. He needs the watch now. Can you deliver it? Where are you? No, I'm in Santon. Okay, cool. You get there to the store, right? You get to the store, you work out a deal. You know, next thing, okay, cool. We're willing to let the watch go for 22 bar. That's a lot of money. And he's probably like, damn, you know, I'm getting ripped off because you probably bought that watch for maybe 600,000. But I can't get one. You understand? I can't get one. Therefore, I'll take it at 22.
And with that being said, it creates a new price for it and new demand. It's similar to the markets.
100%.
I like to think of it like crypto at the moment. you know, the Bitcoin halving that's coming up, and, you know, the shortage of supply and demand coming in, the speed. It's an interesting time to be in the markets.
Yes. What I'm saying is, now imagine this timepiece, you buy it for $1 million. Someone wants it in 10 years' time. Nobody can get it. They discontinued it now. Imagine that. They discontinued it. You see, the watch that this Tokyo guy wanted was discontinued. So there weren't going to be any more manufactured, produced. There was no production on them anymore. There was a discontinued Rolex. So it was either I forget about that watch, or I pay what this person wants me to pay. Same as this one. You bought it, I bought it for a bar, but now, come 10 years time, maybe they discontinue this. The next person wants it, I tell him, listen, I've got one, good condition, right? Always been serviced, but I want 30 million.
So how long do you anticipate you're going to keep this one for?
Or you'll never get that watch again.
And I mean, that's the ripe,
Between 5, probably 5,
or the
10
ripe
years.
age of.
Yeah, because they say every it's never been for a service. So they say every 5 to 10 years. So I'll let that person take it for its first service.
But then it would probably double in value. And you know what?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It's the biggest pity that people say property is the best.
How much would a Rolex be? Jeez, man. Oh, no. Anything. Property, assets, man, watches, timepieces, man. There are people out there who are willing to pay anything you ask of them.
And I agree with you
for 100%. What they want.
There's going to be a.
You understand? It's the same. It's the same as property. I bought this penthouse. Let's say I bought this penthouse 4.9 million. What am I going to sell it for in 10 years' time? You understand? It's in a hotel, great security. You know, there's facilities downstairs. There's a gym right here. Something somebody wants. You understand? And if you want it bad enough, you are going to be willing to pay what I want. It's as simple as that. If the demand is there and the supply is there, then there's nothing more than, you understand? Then there's really nothing more that you need besides.
Do you believe that everything's got a price?
Making it happen.
Everything's got a price.
Everything has a price.
I like the way you think.
Everything. No, everything